Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And if you want to get your hands on the official Shooting Up North podcast Tumblr, a beautiful Tumblr created by Justin Donay. Thank you, Justin, for the wonderful design. But if you want to get your hands on one of these, send me an email. Send me an email at alliancepwnetwork@gmail.com. That's alliancepwnetwork@gmail.com. Send me an email and I will send you all the information you need where you can order and own one of these, as well as a 30-ounce stainless steel hot and cold tumbler, the official Shooting Up North podcast tumbler. Send me that email, alliancepwnetwork@gmail.com. And I want to give a shout out to Malcolm Lloyd, Peter Tran, and Jody Winters. All have purchased a tumbler. So thank you very much, Malcolm Lloyd, Peter Tran, and Jody Winters, for purchasing the official Shooting Up North podcast hot and cold 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler. Again, send me that email, alliance@pwnetwork@gmail.com, and I will send you the details on how you can own one of these absolutely fantastic tumblers. Okay, so let's get into it. This is the weekend update. We have Impact Wrestling news. We have New Japan Pro Wrestling news. We have MLW news. So let's get right into it. Let's start with Impact Wrestling. We have a Rhino update, a Rhino injury update. This is 411 Mania, getting their information from Wrestling Observer newsletter. As previously reported, Rhino was written out of Impact Wrestling storylines following an attack from Honor No More. Heath said that Rhino would need surgery, and it turns out that wasn't a storyline. That was true. So Rhino needed surgery. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that Rhino is expected to be out of action for a while after recently having hip surgery. So Rhino getting hip surgery. This is not a Dr. Foreman thing. This is real. Okay, this is not storyline. This is not a storyline Dr. Foreman operation. This is real. So Rhino will be out for a while. It doesn't indicate how long, just says for a while. But I'm sure we'll see him back in an Impact Wrestling ring soon enough. So I do wish Rhino a speedy recovery. Once again, Rhino will be out of action for a while after recently having hip surgery. So again, hopefully we'll see him back in an Impact Wrestling ring in a while. And I checked the roster page today, the Impact Wrestling roster page, and they have taken the Briscoes off. So the Briscoes have been taken off the Impact Wrestling roster page. Personally, I would have taken them off immediately when they signed with Ring of Honor, but they waited a day or two before they took them off. But they're taken off nonetheless. They've added Kushida. Kushida has been added to the Impact Wrestling roster page, which I think is terrific. Let me see if there's any information on here on how long they expect Kushida to be in Impact Wrestling. It says here, New Japan Pro Wrestling standout and world-renowned star Kushida has landed in Impact Wrestling. Multiple victories in the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Juniors, as well as success in top promotions. Kushida now has set his sights on the Impact Zone. So hopefully we're going to see Kushida in Impact Wrestling for some time. Hopefully it's just not a one set of tapings. Hopefully, well, he's got history with Scott D'Amore. So hopefully Impact Wrestling will be his North American promotion when he's not needed in Japan for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So good to see Kushida on the Impact Wrestling roster page. But right next to Kushida, Lady Frost. I'm just always been wondering about Lady Frost. She requested her release not too long ago. I think about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. But she's still on the Impact Wrestling roster page. They haven't taken her off, so she obviously hasn't been granted her release as of yet. I'm not sure if she's still trying to get her release, if they're trying to work out a deal. But regardless, Lady Frost still on the Impact Wrestling roster page. I haven't heard any new developments in that story, but if I do hear anything, of course, I'll pass that on to you. So let's switch gears. Let's go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling Climax, G1 Climax 32. Night 4 took place this morning. Was a great show. I was up early. Well, I woke up a little late, but I saw the block matches. So here are the results. So I'm just going to give you the results of the block matches. The C block, the first match, Zack Sabre Jr. Defeated Aaron Hanare. Then we had the D block, Shingo Takagi. Actually, Shingo Takagi lost to Yoshihashi. No, I'm sorry. Shingo Takagi defeated Yoshihashi. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. So Shingo Takagi defeated Yoshihashi. Kazuchika Okada defeated Toru Yano. Thank goodness. They were there at one point during that match. I thought, I'm not a big Toru Yano fan with all his shenanigans. I thought there was one point during the match where he was going to win by count out. But thank goodness Kazuchika Okada defeated Toru Yano, and that was the A block. And in the B block, Jay White defeated Tomohiro Ishii in an absolutely fantastic match. Wow, that was terrific. So Jay White in the B block, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight I'm thinking of Kushida. Jay White, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Jay White defeated Tomohiro Ishii in an absolutely thrilling match. So here's an update on the standings. Let's pull up the standings here. Let's get those standings. So here's the updated standings for all 4 blocks. So in the A block, Kazuchika Okada is 2-0 with 4 points. Bad Luck Fale 1-0. Toru Yano 1-1. Tom Lawler, who hasn't wrestled yet, is 0-0. Lance Archer, 5th place, 0-1. Jonah 0-1. Jeff Cobb, 7th place, 0. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 4-way tie for last with 0 points. And in the B block, right now, Jay White is 2-0 with 4 points. Tai Chi is 1-0 with 2 points. Tama Tonga 1-0. 4th place, Great Khan. 5th place, Chase Owens with 0 points. Sonata 0-1. Tomohiro Ishii 0-2. I find it interesting that some wrestlers have had 2 matches and some wrestlers have had 0. So in the A block, Tom Lawler hasn't had a match yet. Great Khan in the B block hasn't had a match yet, but I'm sure they'll all catch up to each other. In the C block, Zack Sabre Jr. Leads the C block right now. He's 2-0 with 4 points. Hiroki Goto is 1-0 with 2 points. Aaron Hanare 1-1 with 2 points. Evil, Tetsuya Naito, Kenta, and Hiroshi Tanahashi all with 0 points. Evil hasn't wrestled a match yet. And then the D block, Will Ospreay leads. He's 1-0. Juice Robinson. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4-way tie for first place. Between Ospreay, Juice Robinson, Yujiro Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, all with 2 points. Shingo Takagi is my pick to win the whole thing. Yoshihashi, Dave Finlay, El Phantasmo, all with 0 points. And tomorrow, actually, let's pull up the card for tomorrow. Just get New Japan Pro Wrestling World up here. So we have night 5 is tomorrow morning. Starts at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's gonna be tough for me to watch that. So, but let's pull up the card. Let's pull up the card for July 26th. Let's read off for July 24th. So let's read off the lineup. I'm just going to read the block matches. I'm not going to read them. So tomorrow in the D block, we got El Phantasmo versus Yujiro Takahashi. The B block, Sonata versus Tai Chi, which should be a great one. A block, Jeff Cobb versus Bad Luck Fale. Should be a hard-hitting affair there. And then the C block, wow, we got Hiroshi Tanahashi against Tetsuya Naito. That's going to be outstanding. So those matches are tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, well, it's tomorrow morning here in Canada. It's going to be in the afternoon in Japan, but it starts at 2 a.m. I'm gonna have to get up and watch it when I get up. I'm not gonna be able to stay up, but I'm looking at Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tetsuya Naito. Should be absolutely fantastic. And Clark Connors, New Japan Pro Wrestling young star Clark Connors is out with a herniated disc. this is actually New Japan Pro Wrestling and an MLW. So let's segue into MLW. So this is actually New Japan Pro Wrestling MLW update. So Clark Connors is going to miss some New Japan Pro Wrestling events due to a herniated disc. He was scheduled at Music City Mayhem to challenge Davey Richards for the MLW National Openweight Championship. But unfortunately, due to the herniated disc, he has been replaced by Rocky Romero. So Davey Richards will be defending the MLW National Heavyweight Championship against Rocky Romero. July 30th at Music City Mayhem. Also at New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong High Alert, it was going to be Clark Connors versus Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado, which was going to be an absolutely tremendous triple threat match. But right now, it's going to be, I think, an even better triple threat match as Clark Connors is being replaced by Blake Christian. So now it's Blake Christian versus Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado. So that's the new match at New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong High Alert. And MLW has announced the September Super Series event for Atlanta. They will run back-to-back TV tapings in August and September. It says even though MLW is on a late summer hiatus for the TV product, they are already planning ahead for their fall schedule with their Atlanta area debut. The group announced Friday that they will head to the Space Events Center in Norcross, Georgia on Sunday, September 18th for a TV taping called the Super Series. The Fusion TV taping is being billed as a co-promoted supercard with international promotions being involved. My guess is we're going to see wrestlers from AAA. They have a working agreement with All Japan Pro Wrestling, so I expect to see some All Japan Pro Wrestling stars there. And they got a little thing going with New Japan Pro Wrestling, so we might see like a Rocky Romero appear. So we might see some New Japan Pro Wrestling stars there as well. But very interesting. We're going to see international promotions are going to be involved in the Super Series event. And it says while matches haven't been announced, MLW did list some of the talent that will be on hand. MLW champion Alex Hammerstone. I would love to see Hammerstone defend the title against somebody from All Japan Pro Wrestling, like a Jake Lee or Sawama. Well, Sawama is now the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown champion, but Kento Miyahara coming to MLW to challenge Alexander Hammerstone would be just wonderful, just fantastic, just fantastic. Also, the women's champion Tyra Valkyrie, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan SWAT team, Mance Kruger, Mace Warner, and Alex Kane will be a part of the Super Series event. It says MLW will head out to El Paso, Texas on August 27th for a TV taping called Fury Road. It says even though they have their recent New York City Battle Riot 4 taping done, the promotion is taking the rest of the summer off before they begin airing new episodes of Fusion in September. So it's interesting, because Davey Richards is going to be defending the MLW Openweight Championship on July 30th against Rocky Romero. But MLW still has they normally don't announce any title change until it actually is aired on Fusion. But in this case, they're kind of spoiling it for everybody, because if you go on their website, I'm just going to pull up their website right now. As of yesterday, let me confirm. Yeah, they still have Alex Kane as a national openweight champion on their website, but they still are there on the website. In addition, they are also advertising that Davey Richards is defending the title against Clark Connors. Let me see if they talk about Stepfoot will host. Okay, so they did kind of spoil it. It does say here that David Richards dethroned Alex Kane last month in New York to claim the national openweight title and become only the third fighter to ever hold the belt. Could Clark Connors? Well, it's going to be Rocky Romero now. Could Rocky Romero be the fourth? So they're kind of spoiling it here, but they still haven't changed it on their website. It's still Alex Kane, and they'll probably keep it Alex Kane until the match actually airs, which is I don't know. It's kind of silly in my opinion, but anyway. But nonetheless, while they still have Alex Kane listed as the MLW Openweight Champion, they're advertising MLW National Openweight Champion Davey Richards will be defending the title at Music City Mayhem. All right, well, there you go. What can you do? What can you do? That, and I think that's we pull out anything else here to discuss. That's it. That is it. All right, so that's it for me. That's the weekend update. I'm watching the news. Anything breaks, anything big happens, of course, I'll be back. I'll be back live on YouTube to talk about it, to report it. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye, and stay safe everyone. So long. Bye bye.